Alright, what is up, guys? So, in this episode here, we're going to be diving into MongoDB. Okay, so we're going to be talking to the database and getting the resolver set up. So, these are some of the things that we're going to be doing throughout this episode. We're going to go ahead and start the server, um, and then we're going to create some CRUD like operations. Sorry if you hear my phone in the background. We're going to be creating some CRUD-like operations. I only said the C, R, and the D because we're not going to be working with the update. We're just going to be working with creating, reading, and deleting operations in this app. Alright, so we're going to be creating those with the resolvers, and we're going to be testing our queries out and making sure everything is working properly. Alright, so that's the agenda for today. So let's get started with that. Exit out of this. So I went on and got I got MongoDB up right here, up and running right here. I already started on the server, I believe. Yeah. So if you're freshly coming in here, all you got to do is make sure you're on your root directory here, and then type in Mongo. That'll start the MongoDB server. And then you go over here and CD into your project and do yarn start, and that'll start it up, and you should see servers running, and you should see that you're connected to MongoDB. Okay, so once you have that, you know you're ready to go. So I'm gonna pull that down here. I'm gonna get this project open, so go ahead and open your project up. The last part we left on was creating our relationships within our GraphQL schema. We did that in the last episode. If you guys want to check that out, go ahead and check out episode 7, I think. Yeah, that's where we did it in. And we're going to start working on the resolvers. I emptied it out because last time it was like some dummy data that we were using. I went on and emptied that out, and we're going to start off fresh here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the create note functionality, and we're going to work on that. That's the first one we're going to start on. Alright, so let me okay, so the first thing we got to do is that well, we first got to use, we got to bring in our schema from our notes, right? So I'll do const note equals require, and this is from our model that we made. Slash model slash notes. Okay, so we're going to be using our schemas to create a note. Okay, so all these fields are what we're going to be using. Alright, so bring that in. Now, in order to create a note, that's what we're going to do. We're going to create this function, actually. I'm going to call it create note. I'm going to make this async await instead of then and catch and whatnot, because I tried doing that in my other apps that I do, and it can get really messy after a while. And I've never worked on async await before, so I'm gonna do it async await style. You guys can do catch and then and catch if you like. So we're going to make this async, and then it's going to look exactly how it did in our dummy one. We have the input. We're grabbing the input from the the note input. Actually, it's called note input, not input. It's called note input, right? Right? No input? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so then once we get that going, it's gonna create an arrow function here. So then we gotta create a note. So I'll say note equals an object, and then oh nope, I'm wrong. It's gonna equal new note because we're creating our note based on our schema. So we're gonna say new note. We brung that in from here. This is where that's coming from, relating to our model. And this is where we build out the fields. So in our schema, We had a title, and that value of that title is going to be whatever we type in for the note input, which also has a title field, okay? So we're going to do that 3 times. It's going to be content. If I can spell correctly, it'd be nice. Alright, that's going to be image. It's going to be image. Alright, make sure you have your commas in there. Alright, see, now this creates the note, right? However, now we got that going, so that's correct. But the one thing that we're missing is the user creator. Like who was the user that created this note? Now, if you look back to how we did in our schema, remember we put in the user creator, and that's going to be an ID of whatever user signed in who created that note. We have to do the same thing for, where is it? Oh, schema. The same thing here, right? So, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. I'll do that in a second. Let me show you to see if we can get this note going. Make sure we're doing it right before we dive into the user part. Okay, so we created this note. Now in the try, because I'm using a sync await, and I'm using try catch instead of then catch, I'm using try. So try. What we're gonna do here, I got it in the right area. Oh yeah, I do. Okay. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna try to at this point we're gonna save the note. Okay. So we're gonna do note. We're gonna store this though. Const result is equal to note. The note we just created. As you can see, it says document dot save because Mongoose has the save method that you can do after you create a document. You can save it. It's saved in the database now. Now what we got to do now is see if we're getting that data back, right? So actually we should do await. Yeah. Right? Now what we want to return for the created note is the note that we just created, okay? And it's saved inside of this result variable that we just created. So we're going to return, no, because we got to return it out. Got to return it outside. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to initiate let note. Okay, we haven't set it yet, but we're gonna set what the value is for it. We're gonna say note is equal to, we're gonna say an object, but that object is gonna have our data, and this is the note we're gonna return. So it's gonna return an object with our data inside of it. Okay, just like you do when you query something. I'm gonna use the spread operator. And then you could get the document like this, but I think it will, we can try it like this just to show you that I think it will throw an error. Well, not an error, but you won't get the actual document until you do dot underscore doc. Now this gets the document, but I want to show you what the results is if we just do it like this. Okay, so then that note is the data is basically saved in this note. So now we can return that note because that's what we want to return, the note we just created. Okay. Make sure did that right. Try. Oh yeah, the catch. Okay, the catch is out here. Right? And then the catch, I forgot that I'm using. Sorry if I'm. There we go. I forgot that I was using. Try catch just that quick. So in the catch, we're gonna pass in the error, and if we do have an error, we want to return. Basically, you want to throw that error, so get it inside our GraphQL. So I think I could do it like this. No. Return. Okay, let me see. Return new error. that has the error in it. Yeah. Okay, I'll try doing it like that. Okay. And then we're going to return the note. All right. So if we create it, so basically what we did here is that we created it. We created it here. That shouldn't be the same name because that's going to throw it off. Let notes. Okay. Okay, so we created the note. Okay, and here we're saving the note. We initialized the notes, but we didn't set a value to it yet until we got at this point. So after we saved the note, we put the data of it in an object, which was the notes, and then return that object with that data in it, which is the notes, okay? So let's see what we get. We probably won't get nothing because, like I said, we have to do .document for some odd reason. But let's test it out and see what we get, okay? So let's go over here. I already got the server, our backend server up and running for the GraphQL. So we can go ahead and make a mutation and test this out to see what we get. Mutation, and we're going to create note. Oh wait, got the parameters. The note input, so whatever we pass in is going to be passed to the schema. The title, it's going to be, this is, I don't know why it has that right there. Okay, this is a note. And then here, content. Hi, I'm the content. Or something weird like that. Okay. I'm not going to pass in the image because the image is optional. I just want to pass in that just to see what we get, like, really quickly. Let's say we want back, when we create this note, let's say we want back the ID from it, from the note that we just created. Say, like, we want the ID, okay? So it should, let's see. Okay, so you got null, right? It's because for some odd reason, when we do it like this, when we just pass in the result like that, it doesn't really get the document of the note that we created until we put dot underscore doc. Doc. Okay. So if we run that, we should get it. Okay. So let's create this note again and get the ID from it. We still get a null. Oh. I must have made a boo-boo on that one. Hold on. Let's see. Because it's result and then result.doc. So it should have got it. Let me see. I probably gotta refresh it. No, it still doesn't get it. Let me see if it's actually adding to the database. Because it could be adding it, we're just not getting it back right. Okay, so yeah, it's creating it. It's just that we're getting the data back wrong. That's what we're doing. Okay. So let's see here. See, now this is debugging at its finest. Let's see. So that's the result, and then the note. That's the document. Oh, I think I got the catch in the wrong area here. Oh, okay, wait. Okay. Okay, I had the return in the wrong area. I had it like on the outside. That was I think that's what it was. Let's try it again with just this again. Alright? Because it's creating it, we're just not getting it back. Let's see. Try EverNote. Be something different. Okay. Now if we put it back to ._doc, then we save that, refresh this, create this note again. Maybe because maybe because we have to reset the ID of it. Because this is referencing our ID. Okay. Now our ID is going to be whatever the ID is in the database. So result dot underscore doc dot underscore ID. Okay. So we're getting the document just like this one, and then we're grabbing the ID, which is underscore in MongoDB. So, still no. Alright, so this is where the console.login comes in. And what we want to do is let's console.log the notes, right? Yeah, so let's create it. We're going to have like 1,000 notes, but that's alright. Let's create it. And then in our console.log, we should see what it's created. Okay, so we get the note back. The image is undefined, which is right, because we didn't put it in there. La 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 la. So we're getting it. It's weird that so note input, new note. All that's correct. We got the result. Feel free to fast forward this, guys, if you don't want to see me debug this. But and it's not returning as planned. Let me see. Throw the error. Okay. It's saying null, but can we get back the title though? Oh wait. Oh wait. I think I see. Is it underscore? Because didn't we make it underscore ID? We didn't. Let's see. When we created this note, the user had underscore. The note doesn't have underscore. Okay, let's make this consistent. Every note is going to have underscore. Because it's going to be, it has to be the same as Mongoose. Well, I'm making it the same as Mongoose so it can be easier. So let's refresh that. Am I getting back anything else? Okay, see, now it's working. Okay, now it's working. Okay, that took a minute of debugging, but now it's working. Okay, so now I don't think I have to pass in the ID. Do I? I'm gonna create one more. Our database is getting filled of it. Okay. So, okay, now it's working. Now, if we was to go like this, like I said before, refresh it, create another one, it's null. Okay, so for some odd reason, you have to do doc. Alright, so that works. Let's go over here and delete some of this because we created 1,000 of them just to see if we were getting anything back. You know, you gotta debug these things. That's the only way you'll know. Sometimes that risks the database getting bloated, but it's alright because we found out where the error was. It's the whole point. Alright. Jesus, I created like 12 of them in here, didn't I? Okay. So let's just start off with one. Alright. Alright, see, now that that's working, I'll move this over. Okay, so the create one is working. Okay, so we don't have the console.log, the notes anymore. We're getting the notes back. We're getting the result and the document and the object, right? And we're returning that note, returning the notes, right? So that's getting created. Now the second step we got to do is that when we create the notes, we have to have, we have to know which user created it, right? Like I said earlier, we had a user creator. Now we can work on that, okay? And that's in our note schema, okay? So now when we do user creator, yeah, the value has to be the ID of the user that was created. Okay, see, we don't have one right now, so it probably wasn't a good thing to mention it, but we're gonna comment that out for now. But just keep that in mind. When we let me see how I can do this because I already mentioned it, and I already said that we were gonna do that in the part 2. Yeah, okay, so scratch that. Don't worry about that. Alright, we'll get into that in the second one. As long as we got our notes created, and we'll do all the relationships in part 2. Okay, I don't want to confuse you guys. So we got the notes created. The created note works. Let's do the get note. Okay, so we only have one that we created just now. So now we have to do the functionality of getting all of the notes. Okay, so that's going to be called notes because you're grabbing all of them, right? So we're going to make this a sync. And, oh wait, no parameters are getting passed there. So we're just doing a sync, arrow function. Make sure we put a comma down there. And what we're going to do is we got to go in our notes database and find all of the notes. Okay, so the thing, we can do that using const notes. I don't want to get confused with that one, so I'll make this capitalized. Is equal to await note, which is our schema, which is our collection, dot find. Okay, so we're not going to find by ID or anything like that. We're just going to find, and the find method finds them all. Okay, now this takes in a callback, basically having the error as a parameter and having the results as a parameter, just in case you do get it back. That's the results, the document, which is an array. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find, and then I think we can run. Let me think. Actually, I got my notes up right here. I think we have to do a try catch. I keep forgetting we're doing that. Try. Down here is going to do catch. we're going to try to do what? What are we going to try to do? Yeah. Find all the notes in the database. Okay. This is going to have an error in it, so let's go ahead and put that in there. Error. If anything goes wrong, throw error. We'll just do that. And then try, get the notes. And then the notes now. Okay, so we'll make an if statement here, because there could not be any notes in there. We could do it in the hand. We could do it, pass it in here. I mean, we could pass it in here. Do error, and then notes like that. And then we'll say if error, if there was an error getting the notes, then we're going to return that error. Okay. Now, if there was not any error, and if there are notes, what we're going to do is that we're going to map through them, and because it's an array, so we very well can't just do this. We can't do this. Let me show you. Return notes, because it's an array. You have to map through it. So let me show you what this will give you. So if you was to try to do this, no, not that one. Return. Okay, there we go. Now, let's see what we would get if we was to try to do this. That out and do notes. Okay. Say we want to get the ID of all the notes in the database. Oh, we actually do get it. I thought we wouldn't get it. And the note. I was wrong. That doesn't look good. Okay, well, I guess we could do it this way. The document is array. I thought we would have to, like, loop through it. Oh, I see what I did. We're gonna eventually, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get this like this for now. And then once we do the users, we're going to implement the how we return it. We're going to be changing that once we get to the users, because it's going to be a different ball game once we get the users that was created and all the notes that user created. So it's going to be a different ball game. But for now, this works okay. And then in the part 2, we'll implement some more stuff. Okay. So this works. So we got the created note that works, and we got the notes to grab all of the notes. That query works. Okay. Now the other one was deleting a note and getting a single note. Okay, so let's go by getting a single note. Say we want to get one note by its ID. Okay, so let's create that functionality here. Sync, and then we're going to grab the ID property out of there. On the single note, I think it's underscore ID. We're just grabbing the underscore ID. Yeah, it's underscore ID. Okay. Let's grab the underscore ID. Make that an arrow function. Go down here. Let me bring that down. Comma there. Alright, so now what we want to do is do a try catch. First of all, don't want to forget that. Catch for an error. Not capital E. Error. throw that there. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, we can say const note. So the single note by the ID is going to be stored here. So we'll say await note, because we're accessing the note collection here. And then we're going to say find by ID. Okay. And the ID is going to be whatever ID you pass in here. So when you call this function and you pass in the ID of which note you want to delete, that's the note it's going to look for to find it, okay? So you're going to say ID, oh wait, underscore ID. Oh wait, no. I'm going to pass in curly braces. And then this is what you actually say. You go into the database and look for the ID field of the database of the note collection, and then you want to find whatever note that is the note that we pass in, which is underscore ID. Okay, that might look confusing because they both got underscores, but this one is the note ID, and then this one is our ID that we pass in. So it's gonna look for the notes that has the ID of whatever ID we pass in here. Okay, that's what it's searching for. Okay, so now that we got that one, what we can do is then what we're going to do with that note. Okay, I'm sorry. There's one more thing I forgot. Find by ID and remove. Boom. That way we don't have to find the ID and then go down here and do like some type of splice and all that crap that I don't like doing. This is the shortcut way. You find that ID and then it's going to remove it. And this functionality is all coming from MongoDB, so you don't have to worry about doing splice and all that stuff and manually removing it. So that's a good part about this method. So it's going to remove it for us, okay? So now that it finds it and it's going to remove it, what we want to do is that we want to, if I'm not mistaken, we want to return that note that it just removed to let us know that it's been deleted. Okay, so return that note that you just removed. Let's do it in an object like this. Return that note that you just removed. Okay, I think that makes sense. When you actually like talk it out in English, the code makes a lot more sense once you do that. So let's see if that works. Okay, so we're going to do our note query, right? And it has in the underscore ID. See, it automatically pops up for us. And then the ID that we want to pass in. So what ID that we want to pass in to remove? Let's go here. Go to our notes. Grab this ID because this is the one that we want to get rid of. So we should have no notes in the database after this. Grab that in there. And then we get back the note that we just deleted, which was correct. So we want to get back the ID and the title of the note that we just deleted. So we should get back this same information. So let's see. We do not. Oh, right. Remember when I said you got to put the underscore doc? I just forgot that quickly. I forgot. Okay. When you want to access the document, you got to put dot underscore doc. Okay. So now it should be deleted. Or is it? Let me see. Make sure it didn't already delete it first. Ah, crap, it did. Okay, it deleted it. We just didn't get the data that it returned. That was a bummer. And I didn't make it a mutation. I'm slipping. Can I like comment that out? Yeah, let me comment that out because I'm going to use that again. Mutation, create note. Let's create a note again real quick. Title. Hi. Content. Hello. Get back the title of that note. Boom. Hi. Okay. So we have that note in there. Let's run this again. Mutation. Comment this out. Now we're going to delete that note. Oh crap. I should have got the idea of it. Hold on. It's going to create it twice. Grab the ID of this note that we just created. Grab that ID. Okay, so it created twice because I hit the button twice. But that's alright. So we get rid of that. Now we run our is it called delete note? Delete note. Wait, what am I doing here? Am I doing the delete note or find note? Oh, I was supposed to do find. It's okay. I messed up, guys. I'm so sorry. I was flipping you off. I mean, I was messing you guys up. Alright, so delete note. Change this to delete note. Okay. We'll go back and do the find the individual note. I got distracted somehow. Delete note. Find a note and remove it. Okay. So let's run that mutation. It's probably why I acted janky. Alright. Got the same one. Now grab this one. Okay, so our delete note, it should delete it. Okay. So we should get back the ID and the title. Boom. Okay, that was the note that was just deleted. So our delete our delete functionality works. Alright. Now let's go back to the note again. Because I threw myself off. Now the note is going to get back a single note by the ID. And we got one more left in there. So by the ID, arrow function. Do the whole try and catch thing. Why is that throwing an error? Oh, because I didn't do the thing. Is that why? It's throwing an error. What's happening? Okay, so try and then the catch for the error. We're just gonna throw error, all that good stuff. Constant find note equals. We're gonna do the same thing we did here. Await, and then the note dot find by ID. Now the ID here, you can just you don't have to do the parameters like we did here. We can do just underscore ID because that's the ID we want to find. Okay, so then I hope I didn't confuse anybody there. I'm sorry. Once we find this note, right, then what we want to do is return the note that we just found. Find note. Okay. Oh yeah. Doc. Spread operator. Dot underscore doc. Okay. Now it should find us that note by the ID. Okay. So let's refresh all of this. Delete all of that. We still got one more note. We should still have one more note. Yeah, there we go. We got this note, right? So we're going to find this note. So it should return us this information here. what do we call it? What do we call it? What do we call it? We called it note, right? No, is this querying or mutation? Note. Yeah. It's querying, I forgot. Note is going to be the note we just grabbed from our database. Give me back the ID and the title of that note. There we go. Boom. Alright. So that works. Again, sorry about the confusion. I totally messed myself up. But we basically got all our resolvers. We got our notes resolver that returns all of our notes. Individual note. This one down here deletes a note. Okay. And this one down here creates our notes. Okay. So, and we tested out all of our endpoints to make sure that they were working. They're working pretty darn good. Okay, so I'm going to end the episode there, and in the next one we're going to get into our user resolver, and we're going to implement our notes a little bit to make sure we grab in the user from our notes and everything. So we'll get into all that in the next episode, in part 2 basically. So I will see you guys in part 2, and have a good one. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and I will see you guys in the next one. And I will push this code to GitHub, by the way. So yeah, see you later, guys.